connection.
Nothing Else Matters, episode 3 with Marzena. We are going. Hi, welcome to. Oh no, bad timing. Hang on, Kai. It's okay, go. What are you doing?
I need a drink.
Okay, but your water bottle is the house the charging. Just restart. Okay. Episode 3. Okay. Alright, I'm just starting again. Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of Nothing Else Matters with me, Kat, and my beautiful guest today, this afternoon, Marzena.
Hello.
Thank you for coming and talking with me. We're just going to start talking about whatever comes up. I might start off by asking Marzena. I'm going to put you on the spot, kind
Yes.
of.
Yeah, go for it.
What matters to you?
What matters to me in relation to life?
Yeah, yes.
Joy, feeling joyful, being surrounded with people with really uplift me and let me be who I am.
Yeah, your authentic self.
Yes, authentic self,
Yeah.
non-judgmental. You know, like really where you can really relax and feel comfortable with them. And yeah, and being a mother is also important for me, and what kind of community I am, and friends and so on. Yeah.
Because that, you know, when you're talking about people that you just feel comfortable with, like,
Yes.
and I have found that there are some people in life that you just come across and you just feel like you know. It's like I just felt
100%.
like I knew you. We had
Yes.
some
Absolutely.
history,
Yes.
if not in this lifetime.
Yes, you're right. There's something. It's like you feel very connected, like a family, more than a family.
Soul family.
Yes,
maybe.
yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, I very much believe in soul family, and well, I kind of know, you know, when you have that knowing and when you
Absolutely.
have the messages and downloads
Yes.
that we have a soul family that
Yep.
we came here with, and we come again and again and again with the same people.
Yes.
And that's why we recognize each other, not so much visually, but it's that
Absolutely.
energetic
Yes.
sort of familiarity.
Yes, yeah, and you just love to be around. Just and I love it because you can just think about them and they just pop up, and then they're just there when you need them, when you feel like it. You know, it's like it's they're like, it feels like they're synchronizing with you. Like it's I don't know. I feel like when I think about someone and the next day I just meet them, it's just amazing.
And they're there.
Because you're really so connected. Like it's I can't even put it in words, you know, how it really works, but it's magic. It's magical how connected you are.
It's like, you know, when you're thinking about someone, and then they call you. And
Yes.
you go, I was just thinking about you.
Yes.
But that's that,
Yes.
like, they would have had the same thing, but they just picked
Yes.
up the phone first.
Yes. I find that I have it with Soraya a lot, like with my daughter. I would think about something totally out of context, and she would just come up with it, like 1 second later. And that's how it feels with the people when you meet, when you align with them. That's how they are. They are just really totally on your vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it's-
telepathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk, it's just like those puzzles which come together, and it's so nurturing and fulfilling. You feel very complete.
Finish.
Hello.
Speaking of children, hello, darling.
Finish.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. You can go enjoy the show now. That's my son. Like, we have kids in the room here, so they might come out, they may interrupt, but that's okay. We can just edit later if need be. Yeah, so that connection, like, what I've realized is that we have more of our life is in the spiritual, energetic realm than we have kind of grown up being led to believe.
Absolutely.
Like, we think we're just this physical
Yes.
matter, which we're not actually
No.
as real as the scientists tell us,
No.
as we think we are. But the spiritual, energetic side is huge once you realise and start tapping into that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I feel like...
just want to get something. Wait, can I just get something?
Okay, very quickly. Edit!
Yeah, I feel like also that people are coming into your life to the right timing as well. Like when I was traveling, I found there was always someone coming and putting me into the next step. Like the people would come and tell me about different places. Or yeah, there was always kind of like messengers. It feels like there were messengers, you know.
Yeah.
And they just lead you to the next step where you have to go. And you know afterwards why you met them as well. Like sometimes you don't know straight away, but then afterwards, like, now I know I had to meet her. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here now, now. And it's just beautiful how it completes. There's kind of a path, we follow, and when we're on that path, it feels very exciting and very passionate. And you know when you're on it. Right? It feels really, it feels really good.
And it is in hindsight like that one. I love hindsight. It's just beautiful. That things make sense, even when they don't at the time.
Absolutely. Yes, 100%. I agree with that one. Yes.
And the messengers, like we have earth angels.
Yes.
Like we have messages of birds, animals,
and protectors.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I've got fierce protectors.
Yes.
Like, and I know they're there, and I talk with them. I have actually in my room. I have my little altar, and I've got my statue of the lovely yoga lady, and I have my candles there, my crystals, and then I haven't for ages. But then it was like, oh my goodness, I need to gift my spiritual team food.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I had and I'm like, I just was like, I need to do this. And I'd had a few other little kind of niggly nudges to do this. So, and then I was having some fruit cake, and I cut the best piece off that I was going to save for last, and I put it on my altar. And then the next night I had a bit of dark chocolate, and I saved the best piece. Well, they were all good.
Yes.
And I put it on my altar, and I put flowers I picked.
Yes.
And, I had read that something about this like years ago, and I know in Thailand they have spirit houses where they come and take food and gifts and offerings every day.
They do it every day. It's absolutely beautiful. They do it in Bali as well.
Yeah.
They get up very early in the morning and prepare everything like with fresh flowers, and it's just there's something about it. Yeah, it's just.
But then I did read that our spiritual team, our ancestors who are here with us all the time. What happened to my phone? Oh, it's just. All right, I'll just watch that, and then I'll probably have to press record again once it comes on. It just, my phone has just turned off. Is that my spiritual team saying they were happy for the cake, or was it not good enough? Oh my goodness. But when it comes back on, I'll press record again. How bizarre.
Yes.
How bizarre is that? All right, one sec. Let me do that. What was I saying though? Yeah, so
about the rituals and the
and that they actually, the spirits can absorb that energy, so they do appreciate it, the gifts that we give them.
Yes.
One moment, please. We're having enough interruptions anyway with children, so let me just. I don't know what happened there. Wow, that's all right. A few edits to do. But you know what? This is life, isn't it? Like, absolutely. You can't... Life is not perfect. There's always that, you never know. Some things come from left field.
How boring it would be if it would be perfect.
I know.
There wouldn't be any journey.
Well, exactly. That's really important. We should talk about that. The fact that we're here. This is like our playground, isn't it? This is
absolutely. It's our experiences, our growth. How far can we get? How far can we go? How far can we expand our consciousness in this experience on this beautiful earthly life? Yes.
Yeah. So it's not meant to be just cruising and easy. We're
No.
meant to have stuff come up
Absolutely.
that we have to navigate.
Yes,
And-
because you won't. I don't think you grow much in good times. You actually grow in the challenging times because you have to find ways to deal with things differently. You know, to get you through. Not just get you through, but also learn. You know what is actually life about. Because sometimes you get one up, and then you know. I love it when Soraya just sometimes my daughter says, "Oh, Mom, who cares?" You know, it's just move on. You know, it's not for her. Like she knows what is actually important in life. We get sometimes so wound up. Well, they are in such a beautiful spirit, pure spirit children. I find them, they are such amazing teachers. She brings me back to the purity of the spirit because we are so conditioned in many ways that we have to remember.
Yeah.
And the children are the best. They're incredible like this. You know, she always brings it back. She's like, "Mom, you know, when I just drove 2 days ago and I just had really, you know, damaged my car, and when I was like, ouch," and she's like, "Doesn't matter, Mama, the car still drives." I was like, "Yeah, that's what it is about."
It's a real thing. Don't take life so seriously.
Exactly.
Because we do, don't we?
Yes,
We get so
we
serious
do.
and stuck in
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
And we have to work it out and
Yes.
we dig ourselves
Yes.
into a problem.
Yes.
But by digging ourselves into the problem, what do we
It's
do?
a waste of time.
We make it worse though because we're putting our
Yes.
energy on it.
Exactly right. Yes, and I think also the best example is, you know, whatever life throws at you. I mean, whatever challenge it is, the moment you embrace it and you higher your vibration, things start to come towards you. But I had a situation where I went into the fear mode, and everything from there went not really well. Because you
Yeah.
can't, in the fear mode, nothing happens. There's nothing possible.
You can't actually solve a problem from that mode.
No.
And it's like, this is something that's come up a lot for me lately, so it's interesting
Yes.
that stress and worry, it's like
Yes.
you know, well, I've managed to step back from stress and worry, but I've had it with, you know, other people in my life, and
Yes.
I've repeated this a
Yeah.
number of times that
Absolutely.
when has stress or worry ever made a situation better? Never, never.
That's right.
It's only made it harder because you can't
Yes.
cope when you're in that
Absolutely.
mode. That is in the fear
Yes, yes.
mode. So how can you actually
Get through it.
do anything?
Yes. I do believe that meditation and yoga and breathing helps a lot.
Yes.
And,
hugely, like
yeah,
more than a lot.
And I think that the most of the part also understand the other part and feeling huge compassion for them. I find talking about people, changing people, you know, changing situation with people. I think the moment we feel compassion for them and love, we can go in a space where it takes the stress and fear away. And the moment we feel love and compassion, it softens the situation,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it can be hard at times, but I think it really, when we become aware of it and conscious and we really implement it and we really feel it, and just feel for them, you know, they're on the journey, everyone is on the journey, and
Yeah.
it's okay, you know. They might understand one day, they might not, but for us the most important thing is we feel love and compassion for
Yeah.
them, and that moment the whole thing changes, the whole situation.
Yeah, because everybody is trying their best to
They're trying their
navigate
best. Absolutely.
this journey. Because
Yes.
it is a soul journey, isn't
Yes,
it? Even when we've
absolutely.
got people around us,
Yes.
like we're doing it on our own.
Yes.
It's
It's everyone's journey. It's not just our journey, you know. We might understand a few things or many things, but there might be times where someone else might understand things better than we do. So it's always everyone's the journey. So it's lovely to have those people which have compassion and love for us, just like we have it with other people which might not have it at that time. But you know, the love and the compassion, I do believe, changes the energy of their beings. They might think about it, you know.
yeah, that's
Because
huge.
yeah, it's huge. I think it's a big one, really. I just really feeling love and compassion for them, and feeling where they're coming from, understanding them as well. You know, we had our journey too. We had our struggles. We had our things, perceptions where we maybe didn't want it to be there. You know, but it's always through the situation. Sometimes it comes after, not straight away, not from the situation where we're in, but then maybe after we reflect on ourselves, it's like, I mean, I was like this and this, but this person just received me with love and kindness. What was it? Maybe I should have done things differently.
Yeah.
And this is the reflection, makes us grow, I think. It's very important, yeah. And I think those situations we need. Because, as I said, we get so conditioned in our lives. Like in my situation, I had a lot of work to do on myself. And
we all do.
Yes, and find my place in it.
We do. I do. Yes. You do.
Yeah, exactly. And finding our place in it. I think the only way is truly through love.
Yes. Yeah.
Through love and connections. And we need each other to grow, to be there, to nourish each other. And I just find human beings are so amazing. And I feel like we really, we need the connection, and we need the gatherings. We need each other to be there, to not necessarily to complete each other, but to kind of, nourish each other, grow with each other, learn from each other. We are complete, but the learning is beautiful. Yeah.
We are complete in this moment, and then in the next moment, now I'm completer.
Yes.
Now it's never completed, but we constantly complete and expand.
Absolutely.
And I kind of imagine it a bit like this, that we're each a puzzle piece, like all of us, all 8 billion of us, and then all the animals and everything,
even the plants. I
I
think everything is completely connected with us, even our houses. You have a beautiful wooden house. I mean, touch it. It's always something which lives, and it's warm, and it's everything around us is connected to us.
It is.
It's there's no separation really.
No, but it is when we actually do on our soul journey connect with each other that our puzzle pieces go and click
absolutely.
in. And the more of us that do that, then you see the bigger picture forming, because we are part of a bigger picture. We're not just our individual little puzzle piece.
No. I think that the separation is only really our bodies. The bodies which separate us, but the energy and us, we one. There's actually, if you would close your eyes, when you close your eyes, there's actually no separation between anything. The moment you open up, this is where the separation happens. Right?
So we should all just keep our eyes closed.
But this is how it is. Think about it when you even kiss someone. You close your eyes to the sensations. There's no separation. It's everything is one. It's only the light which separates us, right?
Yeah, and it's funny, I was just thinking, it's actually bizarre if you are kissing and if you do open your eyes and the other person is looking.
Yeah, that's right. We all go in those situations, won't we?
But then again, if I was opening my eyes to see that person opening their eyes, then I would have been the one had they opened their eyes
exactly
second.
Right, yes.
So it's better just keep your eyes closed when you're kissing.
Yes. And I think that's where we're feeling as well, I think, I don't know, I don't know how it came, but I find that, when you close your eyes, and sometimes it helps also, when you're in a little bit of a challenging situation, just closing your eyes and going within yourself, it really helps.
Oh, hugely.
Doesn't it?
Big time.
Yeah, because it takes you inwards.
That and breathing, and I find, just the breathing. And then often I will take myself down into my body. I had this wonderful experience where I was meditating and I was breathing, and I kind of had the inclination on a breath to go. And it's like I dropped down into my body and my cells were there, and I started talking to them and just saying, oh, wow, thank you so much for running efficiently, for looking after me, for doing this, for my blood to pump around my body, for all my organs to be doing what they do.
Absolutely.
And they were like, wow, you came down to see us. Yeah. My cells were so happy.
Yes.
And I just kind of hung down there.
Absolutely.
and then eventually came back up. But it was so beautiful because it was like
the sensation of the full gratitude and appreciation for whatever is, isn't it?
Yeah, how lucky are we to have these bodies?
Individual souls. Like everyone is so individual and beautiful on so many levels, and how much, on what kind of levels can we connect and learn from each other and be with each other. Yeah, so many billions of people, I just can't, sometimes it doesn't go around my head how beautiful it is actually.
I know.
How unique.
What an amazing experience. I totally lost train of thought. What were we talking about? What were we talking about earlier up there? And I was like, oh my goodness, we should be recording this.
Yes, I know.
That was interesting. What was it?
What was that about?
It's
about man and how we what are we looking right now for? What kind of souls? What kind of we were talking about it when we were young. It was more about the desires and more the sexual part of it. Where I think when you get older, it's more you look for the more soul nurturing man.
And that connection, oh my god, not just like a heart connection, but a soul connection.
And someone you can grow with, someone you can grow with, someone who brings really the best out of you, who understands you, right?
Yes.
Where you at, and also goes with you through your deeps and helps you out of it, just as you can help them.
For them.
So doing it together, really doing it together and going through this beautiful journey of transformation and growth. And getting older together and caring for each other in very, very different way. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, just as you were saying that, and this is just where my mind went, maybe it's through life, is it? Oh, hang on. Okay. Here's a little art spot by Miss Mia. What does that say?
My mum is awesome.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
Love is in the air.
That's so sweet. She'll get 2 ice creams later. And maybe some cake. With that growing and helping through life, when is that unhealthy? When is it too much? If you're with someone and it's hard. Like, when do you go, hang on, maybe this is not.
I think that's where the intuition and the sensation comes in. You kind of have to sense it. You kind of have to feel it. I think when you're in tune with each other, you will feel it. What does the other one need? Does it need a little bit of space? Does it need me right now? Does it need someone else? Perhaps, it's just having really the feeling of each other's space, because space is very important. Everyone needs space, and I think finding the understanding, and I believe when you're in tune, you really feel it. You feel it when it's okay and when it's not okay, or what does the other one need? I think it's like with friendships, like when you're in tune and when you're on the same vibration. You connect on that level. I think this is it's
okay. Matt, darling, you can have ice cream later, but only if you're quiet and you go watch the telly with Mia.
We have to close the doors. Otherwise, the ice cream is just for us.
Yeah, we will have the ice cream. Because we both obviously had previous relationships.
Absolutely.
And we're both single now, aren't we? So it's like
what were we looking for when we were young? It was like young, good-looking man thinking, the best lover ever, right? But what are we looking for now? Are those qualities the same? Like, I don't think so. It's kind of I think you really start for the connection, where you actually really feel it. Like, it's not about anymore the bodies. It's not the outer. It's more the inner. You look for the soul.
I think like I always. Oh, here's Kel. I always. She
can join in and have a conversation.
Do you want to open the door, Mia and Sky? Hello. We're just recording. We've had so much stuff with the kids. It's like, come on in.
It's just started.
I got a new toy.
Do you want me to take the kids outside so
you can. Oh,
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
want to. If you want to.
Yeah.
Well, he can run
Leave
fast.
that. Is it okay to leave it there?
Yeah.
And then, boys, let's go outside.
I think you can.
That's what we mean with insurance.
I don't know why his arm can just move. This guy's arm can just move.
We're reading the situation.
Thanks, Kel. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. That's so sweet. We love Kelly. She's amazing.
She's absolutely in tune.
And Kelly will be on for a chat in the
Yes.
future. So you'll get to meet her.
Hello.
Hi, darling. Do you want to go outside with Kelly and the boys?
What?
Do you want to go outside with Kelly and the boys? Awesome. That's good. Okay, perfect. Because I'm like, oh my goodness. Kai's just going to go nuts with us until I give my eyes grief. So, yeah, so what we say? So about relationships.
About men, yeah.
So,
What are you looking for? What would you? We're not really looking for it. I mean, we just when it comes into our life, right? Like it's like when you're young, you're looking more for it because it's all about desires. But now it's like, no, whatever has to be will be, and you just wait and see what's happening in life. But whatever comes, we know that it will be the right, soul.
And also, what I feel is like earlier in life, it's like everybody is expected, isn't it, for you to go out and meet people.
Absolutely.
Like, I think I've always really wanted that connection. It hasn't been just physical, but I mean that obviously makes a difference because you have a physical attraction to someone, or you don't.
Yes.
But there's also that, isn't there, that invisible, the chemical.
Absolutely, it has to
one
be
as well. The
I mean,
pheromone
yes.
one, and the. There's also the soul connection one as well.
Yes.
There's also the karmic one.
Absolutely,
too.
absolutely, which comes into our life and it seems amazing at first, but then we know why it came into our life.
The lessons.
Right? Yes, lessons, because some people come for blessings, some people come for lessons, and that's the same with relationships, right? Because, they come to us for whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And, it's not till, that's hindsight again, that shows us what the lessons were. Like, when you're actually in it, you might not see it.
No.
It's not till you get through it.
Absolutely.
And can look back and then go, oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Yes. crazy good as well for our growth and for learning and for what did I need to learn from that situation, and a lot of relationships tell you also what you want and what you don't want. I find the challenging ones tell you exactly what you don't want.
Well, I think I'm knowing more what I do want.
Yes.
Like, I definitely, as I've been travelling this spiritual path, I'm realising the expanse of the spiritual world and the past lives and the past connections and the soul counterparts. We've got the twin flames and then we've got karmic soulmates. Yeah. That I'm definitely just going to hang out and wait until my divine counterpart comes along.
Absolutely.
I'm not like...
I'm not settling for any less.
I'm not even playing. I'm not even up for dating or anything.
No,
I'm quite happy in myself with my kids. Yes. My friend, I'm so lucky to have beautiful friends like you and Kelly and Marina and Heather and oh my goodness.
It's absolutely nurturing and fulfilling. That's every soul and every relationship. It's not just a man and woman relationship, which is so nurturing and fulfilling and just feels so good. When you're around the right people, friendship can be just as fulfilling as a beautiful relationship, between a man and woman.
So much.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like in a sort of romantic relationships, like friendship's so important.
Yes.
Like you can't just live on sex alone.
No,
and
absolutely not.
I would say that romance would be nice.
Yes.
What's that, darling? Oh, cool. That's Mia's artwork. It's a whole lot of cats.
No? Bunnies!
Bunnies. Oh, bunnies. Sorry.
Right, Mom.
Bunnies. But I like, if it's just sex, I'm not interested at all. Like,
No.
I need to have that, the levels
absolutely.
of experience.
I had a experience in the past, a few years ago. It was my first relationship after I separated from Soraya's father, and it was a beautiful sex. It was amazing, very fulfilling, but anything else felt very empty.
Mm.
And that wasn't fulfilling at all. It was, after a very short time, it was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how good the sex was, but there was something missing deeply, which I couldn't continue. I just couldn't do it. It's something more important. Like I think, you know, sex and romantic is very important, but I think the soul connection is much more important.
It's so much more, I was going to say deeper, but then I think I want to use the word expansive again.
Yes.
And higher.
Yes.
Than, you know, the physical. Because I guess the physical, that, you know, if you're equating that to like chakras, that's like the base chakra, the root chakra.
Yes.
You know, and as we go higher, we kind of get up to these chakras, like the throat chakra is pretty important.
Yes.
I remember going through a time where I just went, my throat chakra was a little tight.
Yes.
And a bit tied up. And then that was my thing. I needed to speak.
Yes.
And,
you couldn't express yourself.
Yeah.
Being yourself and really, you know, letting it go, because you didn't know how it comes out, how it will be received. And yes, and that's the important part. Yes, I think, like you say, it goes up, and you look more for the higher chakras in relationship right now than the low ones. I mean, the low ones are as important, but I think yes, but I do believe that now I think it happens quite much around 40s, I would say, where the big change is when you start going the other way around and looking for the more soul connections and really people which really nurture you and want the positive in life and bring the best out of you, you know, and lift you up and see the best in life and in you, you know. That's where it becomes very rich.
Yeah. And that's the life choices. And, you know, I think the people that I really gravitate to are very easygoing, and there's not much drama.
No.
Like when there's drama or people who constantly need to have a problem, something, that person is, you know, having enemies, which is... oh my goodness, like I just don't have time for it, and it's almost like the boundaries go up, like
absolutely.
I have no time for it. But in the past, I would try
keep up with
help people and like, oh no, you just need to see,
and it would just drain you and drain you and drain you, and you would go low with your vibration, and it would kind of get you in this space, in the energy level, you know, because it's you just try to help, but it doesn't go anywhere. Because they're on their own journey, right? And they need to be ready for the help. And if they're not, then you still try. You know, we have to kind of also learn to let go in the moment where we know, okay, it doesn't get us anywhere. And it's at the moment, it's okay, we met at this stage, but I think now our journeys just need to go apart. We might come back together in some stage, you know, when the journey is on the same path again. But sometimes it's good to let go, because it can drain you and get you down a little bit. Yeah,
it can, because it's very, you know, and that sort of energy is very dense and very heavy, so it can bring you down. You can feel that way. Absolutely. You can almost even feel it, like you might find you have back problems or something, or shoulders.
Yes, it comes out in your body, absolutely. Everything mentally comes out in the body. If it's trauma, if it's, you know, people, everything comes very physically as well, and that's why we can feel it. And I found in the last few years it's really extremely how it's all about kind of clearing and sorting out things and making really path for what do we truly want for the future, for our children, for ourselves. You know, like you said, there is no space for anything else anymore. Like I find myself as well, I had to let go of a few friends because I just didn't feel good around it. You know, it just wasn't heartful feeling for me at all. It was very negative, and there was no joy to it, absolutely no joy. And sometimes, as hard as it is, I just think maybe one day we see each other again, and if not, it's okay, because everyone has their own journey, and sometimes it's important to let go, because other people come into our lives, which meant to come, you know, so we have to make space.
You have to. What is that? There's a
Oh,
little
we have
phrase.
to go.
Some people are here for a season, a reason,
Yes, and some for lifetime.
and some for a
And
lifetime.
that's absolutely true. Some people are just for lifetime, and it's so effortlessly. Like people which come into you for lifetime, I find them very effortlessly. It doesn't matter. You can see them. Sometimes you don't see them for years, many years. But when you see each other, it's like you saw them yesterday.
I know, yeah.
There's absolutely there was no time frame between us, right?
Because time is an illusion.
It is an illusion. The consciousness doesn't know any time.
It's not real.
Exactly right, and that's how it feels. I think with like you say, all those different people which coming into our life. Yeah.
But you have to know when to let someone go.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's detrimental, and especially once it starts showing in your body in aches and pains, it's actually
Absolutely.
gone
The
quite
tensions.
far.
Yes.
Because that's your body going, all right, that's your spirit, your soul
Yes.
going, okay, we really need you to know this. Like,
Absolutely.
we're trying to give you signals.
But I think also because I believe light workers really try hard to help always. They are also big empaths. So sometimes they do stick into many situations where it might drain them because they think they can help and they try hard. And sometimes they get, drained by it. But I think it's still a part of them because as well, it's just part of life. I think it just belongs to it. Whenever the right timing is, I do believe we do get out of it.
We do. And if you follow your intuition and you listen to the guidance, and I always, for some reason, when I talk about my intuition and guidance and the little whisper, it's on this side. I don't know why, but I always reference on my right side. I just noticed that.
Yes.
But if you listen to that, you'll be guided where you need to go.
Yes.
And I've noticed, more than ever in my life these last few years, I've been listening and following, and literally, you've seen how my life's changed.
Absolutely.
In the last
Just of letting
year.
go.
Just by letting go and listening and following
Absolutely.
that intuition.
And your
to-
heart,
Yes.
Your heart space. I think the heart is very important to follow. The moment we follow our hearts, it just gets us on the right track. It brings the right people into your life. It brings the right energy into your life. Yeah, it just feels really good when you're on the right path. You actually know it. You know it. Oh my gosh, it's and there's no way back. There's
No, you
absolutely
can't
no
go
way
back.
back.
And I've noticed, as you choose the right choices for yourself, which is not in a negative, selfish way, because it doesn't hurt anyone. It's you're choosing for yourself, for the path of your highest good. It's like you get these rewards from the divine spirit, and
Help and support,
things work
yes.
out. Everything lines up because
Absolutely.
you're choosing.
Yes.
Basically, you're choosing, I guess, the guidance from your higher self,
Your higher
the divine.
self. Absolutely.
So of course it's
Yes.
going to work out for you. But I've gone,
Exactly.
wow, every time I
Yes.
listen and do as I'm told in that way,
Absolutely.
it works out.
Things become effortlessly and things just come into your path without you searching for it,
Yeah.
right? It just brings you, oh wow. You don't even expect it. It's like, wow, that's incredible. How it just comes. You just get gifted.
Yes. For choosing right for yourself.
choosing right for yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I
Because
really,
choosing right
yeah.
for yourself, you're choosing for others. Because as you remember, we are one energy. So the moment you choose right for yourself, you choose for others
That's
too.
right, yeah. Because
So
it's not like I'm trying to say in a way it's not in a very selfish or
No.
arrogant or
Absolutely not.
you're not hurting anyone
No.
else. It's not mean, but you're just choosing wisely. You're just taking the right choices.
Absolutely, because you
Yeah.
become bliss for others. The moment you are in the right vibration, you are bliss for others and you become light. Light for others as well. So you don't do yourself just a favor, but you do others a favor. Going into this right space.
So imagine if we all did that. Can you imagine the world? Because if we all chose right for ourselves, we would all raise in vibration. And then henceforth, the whole world would be in a whole different
Absolutely.
reality than what it is. We would certainly have no wars.
Yes.
We'd probably have no poverty or, starvation, because
Absolutely.
the vibration would raise to a point where they simply could not exist.
Could not exist, because the sense of caring and loving and being would be so high that poverty wouldn't exist. Nothing like that.
And disease.
And disease.
Can I say that again?
This is.
So that just wouldn't be right. And I listened to something recently. I don't know if it was Basha, might have been Basha, or some other similar channel, who said, I think they were asked a question. Oh no, it was on Next Level Soul, which is an awesome show. Have you ever seen that?
No, I have to.
Goodness, you have to. And so Alex Ferrari interviews all these different channelers, mediums, near-death experience people.
Wow.
And so many. It's just amazing. And this particular one, I think she was a channel for the Akashic Record guides.
Yes.
And protectors.
Yes.
And it was like, they almost laughed and said, all you have to do is raise your vibration, all disease just disappears.
Absolutely.
All sickness.
Absolutely.
Everything. So, but we don't look at that in the world, do we? We actually keep band-aiding
Yes.
all the problems and not actually getting to the core, which is simply our well-being and our vibration and our frequency.
Absolutely.
And when we are all raised and happy, we won't have disease.
Yes.
It will just be not part of our reality.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
How do we explain that to everybody? How do we get everybody on board? I mean, that's the thing I've noticed. Like, not everybody understands this language we're talking.
Yes.
Like, we're speaking English, but we're talking about vibration.
Vibration is basically energy, because our bodies are, like our souls are energies. And you can't separate energies. Energy is everything around us. So we're all interconnected. Like it's, as I said before, it's just the body which basically separates us.
Yeah.
But vibration happens like with water and energy. That's what vibration is. And we are energy. So that's why you can put your vibration up. When you put the power up, you put the vibration up too. So that's how we can do it too.
Yeah.
Through meditation, through being around beautiful people, which just being around people which have the higher vibration. And it can happen through singing. It can happen through talking. It can happen through just being, that our vibration gets lifted up, right?
Sitting here breathing.
Just being positive and seeing really the bright side of life, seeing the good in life. And I think the most important thing in life is trusting that the universe, the higher source, someone is looking after us always. It doesn't matter what happened, there's always something there which actually protects us and looks after us. It doesn't matter what happens, it looks after us.
Yeah, we always have help. Like we all have a team of guides.
Yes.
Like I was talking on my little altar that I leave my cake and chocolate and flowers.
Yes.
Mind you, like the kids keep eyeing off the chocolate. So can I have that? But we always have this team around us who are just waiting for us to ask for help, because they don't come in because there is this thing of free will.
Yes.
So they can't just come in and do everything for us. We need to ask, and we need to communicate, and we need to say, okay, help me.
Absolutely. And I think the most important thing is also to know, what do you want, right? Exactly. What do you want? What kind of life do you want? Imagine it, living it. And I think this is where things come into place. When you imagine living the life you want, everything you could imagine to every single detail, and it will start coming.
I don't think we spend enough time doing that.
No.
No.
No, that's exactly right.
What do you want?
Me?
Yeah.
I would love to have my peace, a home where I can peacefully enjoy my surrounding, myself, with a little sanctuary. I would love to have people around with good intentions, people which truly are feeling like a family, brothers and sisters, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like I don't have any desires because I'm just absolutely happy with everything what is.
You know what? That is beautiful. And I think too, like, when you are happy with everything that is, then it's like you invite more in.
Absolutely.
But you can't
You
can't be there going, oh, I don't have enough and this isn't working, and then more come in because it's not vibrational and stability, and not worrying, oh, I might get kicked out, or oh, they might want to, you know, sell it.
Yeah,
that would be huge.
Yes, and I think also, you know, building communities and maybe a little bit different living that we have now. Like, sometimes it feels very separated, but I do believe, you know, having little communities where everyone has the space, but then you have a space where you can come together.
Like a village. We've talked about this
like
before.
a village, you know. I imagine the sun, you know, this round house in the middle, and then it spreads like this, you know, sun rays, and everyone has their own space, just like a sun, and you just come together whenever you feel like it, because I think it's so important for us to be together. It's very fulfilling, you know, just learning and being and just, you know, just touching.
Yeah, that's huge.
Just being with each other. I think it's so important for us, for our beautiful beings. Like how the human beings is a miracle, absolutely a miracle, you know.
I know, a miracle to be alive. We're so lucky to have this experience.
And the soul. You know, the soul, that's what we're talking about, the vibration, the energy, it's actually the soul, I would say.
Because that's who we are, like, and this is something that came into, like, I heard this somewhere, it could be Bashar again. If you haven't listened to Bashar, go listen. Very, very much teachings. So I think it was Bashar, where it's like, we are not humans here having this experience, we're spirit having a dream being human. So we are never, you know, we're never not spirit, we are actually the whole time spirit, but it's almost like this is the dream.
Yes.
Which reminds me of that, and I think I said this in the last talk I had with Marzena, I think it might have come up, or maybe it was on Instagram, that there was a philosopher who said, I dreamt I was a butterfly, and then I woke up and I didn't know if I was a man who had dreamt he was a butterfly, or a butterfly who was now dreaming he was a man. Think about it. Think about it. So, you know, and then Bashar's, you're actually always spirit, you're just in a dream, thinking you're a real person having this life. So when you actually really think about that, that kind of opens up the potential and possibilities of life.
Yes.
This is a dream, and you're awake in the dream.
Yes.
You can do anything.
You can do anything you want. You can create everything. I do believe, yes.
It's just, what do we want to create?
What do we want to create? And that's, I think, the most important thing. You need to know what you want.
Exactly.
What is it, you know, what is really fulfilling for yourself. Yeah.
You know what's interesting though is this is very important. We are never not creating. So if you are creating unconsciously, it might not be a good creation. So that's the thing. Like, look at our world. Look at the wars. You know, the distrust in governments, and you know, the conflict. And we focus a lot on that through the news. So through our focus, we are creating.
Absolutely.
So if we're creating and not knowing that we're creating through our attention and our focus on something, we're creating things we don't want.
Absolutely, yes.
So I think it's about conscious creation.
Conscious creation, absolutely. And also sending out to the world, what do we wish for everyone? Whatever is going in the world and everywhere, like there's a lot of going on, but you know, just taking the time for others as well, and sending out the love and everything we wish for everyone is very important, not just for us.
Yeah, because it's no like, I'm happy if I'm happy, I'm happy.
Yes.
My children are happy, that's
Yes.
better. But I kind of don't know if I'd ever be completely happy knowing there's other people not happy.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it's hard, isn't it? You can't be.
No.
Because it's, again, everything is one and we're connected with everything. So we wish and we pray for them as much as we can. And thinking of those people as well, you know, and feeling love and sending them love, I think it's very important. So many families which have probably no roof over their heads right now.
Yeah.
You know, and being aware of it. You know, I'm not watching any news, but I know that there are many people which just need it. Just the moment of knowing and sending them love and knowing that we're thinking of them and sending them the best we can.
And that makes a
and
huge
hoping
difference.
for the best.
Because that is your energy that you're sending
Yes.
to that person or those people.
Yes.
So that
Absolutely.
is actually doing more than watching the news and going,
Yes.
somebody should do something. When you actually send your intention and your consciousness to someone.
To everyone and everything.
Yes, not just someone, everyone.
To everyone and everything, absolutely. Yes.
Because everyone matters. Either,
Yes.
you know, this came in my head like years ago. I don't know, like over a decade ago. It's either everyone matters or no one matters.
Yes.
That's it. There's no in between. Everybody or nobody.
Absolutely.
So I choose everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because whatever people are struggling and suffering with their own things, their own journeys, but they all need love. And they all need support, and they need all our compassion and help and love.
Yeah.
That's the only way of healing. Like the only way to heal the world is, you know, in healing ourselves and healing others for, you know, thinking of them and putting it out there. What we wish, what kind of world do we want to create? You know, what do we wish for our children? You know, the new world, the new earth. What do we want for them? What kind of worlds do we wish for everyone? You know, and ourselves too. Yeah.
That's really important because we do spend more time in society, in our world now, on the problem, and then we do fuel it. So we do need to spend more time going, okay, you know, say if there is something, a problem, we should pivot straight away to the solution and then go beyond that and to, okay, what would the world look like if everyone was happy? What would it look like? And start trying to imagine that and kind of build it in our imagination.
Absolutely.
You know, because I'm not religious, but I know in the Bible is a line, God made man in his image, but I think that's a mistype. I think it's actually meant to be God made man in his imagination, and we too create in our imagination, because everything that ever was started as a thought, as an idea, an image in our minds before it became real.
And everything is created like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So we have to do it. We have to imagine it first.
Yes. And I think also connecting with others and building communities is very important, because the more of us come together, the more we can help others too.
Yeah.
Like we went on a little camp with some friends recently, and I couldn't believe, like just 2 days of 24 hours being together, it really shifted something within all of us, in a sense of the children would get up in the morning and they would just think straight away about the friends. Mom, I have to pick up my friends. You know, Eddie is shy, I need to take him first and then get my friends. So there was this sense of care and love, and now when we see each other, there's something happened within spending just those 2 days together. Something brought us really, really close. And this was just spending 24 hours together. Imagine living on a community. What would this create and be like, you know? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Hello. It will be, yes.
Okay.
Okay, you got something you want to show everybody? What does that say?
Like and subscribe.
Oh, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Listen to my daughter.
Like and subscribe
Like and
or
subscribe.
else.
Thank you.
Like and subscribe or else.
And then you might get an ice cream.
Like and subscribe or you can't be my friend.
We also made cake, didn't we, Mia? Strawberry cake. So this has been eventful, hasn't it? Like, we came here to chat, just you and I. We had Kai and Spider-Man and Batman and Soraya and Mia, and we had some advertisement. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Some rabbits.
Yes.
We had Kelly and Mally.
Absolutely.
So what, if there's anything that you'd want to end on, what should we end on? If there was something you wanted to impart to these beautiful people on the other side of this camera, I don't know which one we're going to end up.
Be who you want to be, let others be who they are. Be free as possible as you can. And follow your path, follow your intuitions. And follow the messages, because I absolutely love messages. My life was all about messages. Whatever came into my life brought me on the path I needed to be, and messages. And you know what? It's always human beings which bring the messages.
I know. Or birds. I love the bird messages.
Yes, animals. Going within. Because the only way out is in.
I was just going to say that thing that you say. Say that thing.
The only way out is in.
That's right. I love that. You know, Marzena said that to me ages ago, and now it's come up with other people. I say, well, this is what I learned from Marzena.
Yes.
The only way to work it out is to go within.
Yes.
And it is. Because you can't work it out on the outside.
No.
All the answers
it's always
are
within.
in here.
Whatever triggers you out there, it's nobody and nothing. It's yourself. You have to work on it and figure it out.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing, because nothing else matters.
No.
But you and you and you, Mia.
Yes. And it all starts, I have to add, with self-love.
Yes. Yes. Because when you love yourself, but you can't ever really love another until you truly love yourself. Because when you love yourself too, you are then like that vibration. That's huge. Like your heart just expands.
It's a big one. It's a big one. It's a big one. I just add a little story to it. I had a little reading, like a stone reading, and on that day, I didn't know that I would meet this lady and she will do a reading on me. But the whole day I was saying to me, the love I'm looking for is looking for me, and we will meet. And I kept going saying it all day long, right? And we had this lovely meeting with lovely moms, and there was this lady, and she said, I'm doing stone reading today. And I was like, yeah, I want it.
Yeah.
And she did those questions. It was amazing, incredible. Like every stone I chose brought me to next answers, and she brought it so narrowly that it came down to self-love. My biggest problem, which I had, and my biggest suffering, was self-love. And then she said to me, go for a little bit outside, just for a little walk. And I went for the walk, and I was sitting there, and I was like, the love I'm looking for, it met me right now, and the love I was looking for is my self-love.
Yes.
And this is what it was on that day. Just a second, my sunshine. And it was so, everything just, it felt like my whole body exploded.
Wow.
And everything, like the whole burden, the weight, the heaviness within myself was resolved.
Because what you'd been looking for was here or along.
Within yourself, right? Yeah. So the self-love is probably the most important love in your life.
It is.
And that's where it started, because having also my beautiful daughter let me realize how important self-love is, because I model and I show her how important it is to love yourself. Mwah, mwah. That's it. That's what I always say to Soraya. Where your energy goes, how does it? Where your focus goes, the energy flows.
Yes.
And this is the other thing which I always think about. Where your focus goes, energy flows, and that's a very, very important one.
Oh, it's huge, isn't it? And whatever
I
you're
wanna say
looking
what's
at
on
grows.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
Yes.
what do you want to grow?
Yes.
Be careful what you're focusing on.
Absolutely.
Make sure it's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think we have racked up an hour and 10.
If that says,
That's pretty
I love
good.
you all.
We love you, and we're so thankful that you could come in and listen with us and, well, not talk with us because...
And tune in.
to be here because, you know, I think we should all be talking these sort of subjects and content and conversations and being there for each other and creating our families.
Sharing and spreading the love, please.
So thank you for
you.
hanging in on episode 3 of Nothing Else Matters, and I'll be back. I will pop back in with another episode shortly. Thank you, and thank you so much, Marzena.
Thank you, beautiful care.
Love you so much.
Love you.
All right, we're gonna press stop on all these recorders,
Yes.
and wherever you are,
And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Ciao for now.
Ciao.
That was fabulous.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Hannah.
Thank you.
I was probably a little bit nervous, but
See that? Doesn't it just flow? It just flows. It's like,
sometimes when you keep going, we could just continue, you know, talking like.
I know we could
There's a
have
lot
gone.
of stories, yeah. Life stories. I love life stories, you know, because life stories bring it kind of to perspective, how things work and how it just goes like, you know, it's just a good example to bring in, you know, how it's actually just
And
you
isn't
just
it
receive.
from stories like we all learn. Like I learn when I listen to like your stories and other people's stories, and it allows me to.
It just confirms
work
it,
out
doesn't it?
my story.
Yes. And also books. I reckon books are very beautiful, you know, to read. I remember this book given to me, you know, when my boyfriend split out. It was very painful for me. I was a very young girl, and I had this neighbor just moved in, and he's like, I think you would like this book. It was Osho. And I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
And absolutely loved it. And the best thing I loved about it, when he said, when you love, you set everyone free.
Yeah.
And this was like a life changer for me.
It's huge.
Absolutely a life changer. When you love someone, you set them free, and you set yourself free too.
It
You
is
know,
huge.
it's a huge one, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I just felt love, and I was like, you know, when I just and yeah, my ex-boyfriend and me are still best friends, and we love each other. We absolutely love each other.
That's so beautiful.
And this how our life was like this, coming together and going apart, and letting each other be. You know, in their own space, and there was no expectation anymore. There was just this beauty of life, and just joining each other, you know, in different parts of life and different chapters, and we were always there for each other. It was just an incredible thing, just one book, you know, and it just opened up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I always thought, when I read this book, it's like, you know, I was judged so many times for how I was thinking and feeling my entire life, but then reading this book was like, oh my gosh, if someone like him thinks like me, how can it be wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, no, I love it, and this is what I'm feeling, and this, you know, it's great. It felt amazing. It was this freedom of there is someone who feels and thinks like you, and he wrote a book about it, so it can't be as wrong.
And that's why we need to all, like, when we've got ideas and that, we need to speak to people and write them down and share them, because it can make a huge difference.
I find for communication to friends, you know, to whoever was, you know, everyone has had those challenging times, but just talking to each other was so helpful in so many ways, you know. I think we really need each other to do. Yeah, the growth is amazing, you know. It just feels like it never ends. Like
it doesn't ever
where does
end.
it go, you know? It's like,
well, we grow and grow and grow and grow until we grow so much that we end up just blending back in with the universal energy.
Absolutely.
I think that's how it works.
Yes,
I really do.
Yes.
So that's the growth, and until we do that, we get to that tipping point of growth, we stay here and we keep living until we can grow enough to just boom, blend back in.
Absolutely.
with the whole.
Yes.
So I would like to blend back in with the whole.
Yes, and we will one day.
I know, I want to do it soon. I just feel like,
But I feel like this journey on this earthy life is so exciting. Like, I find it so exciting, all those steps and the journeys and the people you meet and the places you go and the wines you drink.
I know, we will have to have another glass.
Yeah,
too.
so it's every single thing what you do. If you do it with joy and bliss and appreciation, everything becomes it, right?
Yeah, everything is beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. You know what? We just added another 5 minutes. I'm going to keep this. We'll have to say goodbye again now. Bye. I think we're going now. Shall I press? I'll press stop. Let's go hang out with the girls.
Yes.
We'll move out and we'll, yeah. Okay, we're really going this time.